Hey, you? I'm having a big problem. I don't know how to put it to you. I don't know how to give it to you. Because apparently, PDA, public display of affection, is against the rules, right? But that's what everybody does, right? And if you're a teacher and you love your job, hey, that's a public display of affection. If you're smiling, that's a public display of affection. But is a body public or private property? And a name was given. And so a name, that's technically public, private, nonprofit, for what? Property. And it's not property if it can be taken from you. But your body, well, that'd be property. But let's say your name was given. And, well, if this is my private property, right? Then how could a public servant arrest it? Okay, so at this school, the superintendent, due to business, he's attending as, what's the right word here? Standing for, but it's a federally funded, right? So it's technically non-profit. So how then can inside, when it's public property, but it's private, but it's open to all, and it's non-profit, but somebody who is through business is there as a superintendent, you see where the whole system's broken. Okay, but to tell somebody, hey, no PDA. Okay? Well, there was two private entities conducting business in a federal nonprofit, and he works for them, so he's private property. Give me an answer to that one. When you go out to buy things, well, that's funny because it is on public property, but it's business, it's privatized, but you gotta get a federal license, right? If you're selling, well, there's public displays of affection, but a display is everywhere, or it's a display case. But if it's in a case, then is that public, private? Is it property? And why would it be demanding your affection? And you have to pay it your attention. And even saying that you like something, that's a public display of affection, so that's not allowed. So I'm kind of wondering how anybody in this entire world works. And I'm starting to feel like there's a problem with everything. Oh, here's a good one. Okay, so school pride. That's federal property, but it's public, but it's privatized. But in any case, all the people come there, do their on their own will, so they're free, but they're technically private, and they're wardens of their parents. But when they're there, they're state property in a public place. And so school pride is definitely public display of affection. So football games and being happy and cheering, that is not allowed, and especially not in a church. Because why would I go to a church to seek affection if nobody would give it to me? Especially if I'm not allowed to show anyone affection. And to go somewhere to seek it is a business, is a private business. And how would that be matters that I could share with anyone? And so I'm having this problem with wondering if there's a place in the entire world that I belong. And if I were to come on here and be like, hey, today is a good day, you're gonna make some money. Yeah, you got witches and demons on them. On you. You better watch out. You know, I'm trying to show you something. Any of that, it doesn't even make sense. But that's the way everybody does it. If the whole thing behind tarot is, I say, hello, collective. Hey, it looks like you're going into this and you might know somebody that's this and that. How does that connect to anything? And that's a total public display of affection. Oh, but it's supposed to be private. But how are you talking about everybody else's business in public, privatizing it, and public display, affecting without an effect and making money? And I'm not allowed to do anything anywhere. And actually, it seems like I'm the best form of it all. But people come up and say, I'm working on my own thing. Hey, what are we working on? I said, we? Hell, you could have done this part for me last week. What should I say? That was very rude. That was rude. It was funny, and it was common sense. And where's we? I have to do it all by myself. And the government paid for me to be here. And what am I learning about money for if I can't even spend it or get it anywhere? And I gotta sit there and run in the system to do what's not in the book or anything and waste the next 6 months being miserable. And, well, they have to come get me for $1,000. The money. But where are they going to get the money from? Are they going to take it out of my skin? They already did. All the way through. But there's no chain of command or handling. And I came in willingly, but there's nothing being taught. And I have to teach myself. But we're doing it under supervision. But then, if I say a joke, she got mad, you're being rude. I said, but there's no PDA allowed. She said, what? You just said there's no PDA. So, do you see how weird the world is everywhere I go? But anybody else is allowed to do anything they want to, exactly against the rules that they're speaking and doing. And I'm having a hard time thinking that this is going to work anywhere for anyone, except for it works for everyone. And so there's no possible way that anyone in the world could get to me, because why? Why would they contact me to say that they wanted me for business if they can't run a business and they would need me to do and understand anything that they can't understand or do, but they're holding the title and the position. And they can't offer me any money because, well, they'd have everybody who's in charge is through contracts. So they're already locked in there and they already got the money. And they have to contract through somebody else, so it's a disease. So then only people who work day to day can have money, but they have to give their body and everything to have it, to give it. And so nobody that's of importance can come out to get somebody to do it, to offer them anything. Unless they wanted to. And, well, then what's money? Because they provide me with everything, and where they get to offer. And I'd just like some company. But everybody's good where they're at in the whole world, apparently. And oh yeah, so anything on my page in playlists, this, that other thing. So if it seems mean, hey, that's allowed. And that's apparently that's everyone's property, but it belongs to them now. So it's not my problem or my fault. Same time as I take it down if I want to, or change it. And, it is what it is. But nobody does that. And if I even go to a comment person's thing and say, hey, I like you, do what you're doing there or anything, that's a public display of affection. Oh, but that's what everybody does. And people get responses, but nobody can ever respond to me at the same time as that's their entire thing. And so I'm thinking, there's some weird shit going on. And the ground is the only thing that's talking to me, but it can't talk to me because it's having a hard time because of the language and words that people use. And it can't even do a telephone game with me to tell me where to go. If there was somewhere to go, and how could I get there? And why would I come up with something like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a retail, I'm gonna get this and start a business. But hey, you gotta have a plan and where you're gonna get the backing. If you got no money, you can't get no money, and it's not needed. And why would I retail my own fucking ass on some bullshit to support myself when everyone's important? But nobody seems to find everyone important really easy and doesn't really take good care of them. And just keeps everybody in a little box. But allows them to show affection and hate even equally and teach, but never get taught or expand. And if I show affection, or hey, yeah, I seen, maybe it was whatever, but I seen Jesus. But that didn't seem like the real one. But yeah, it seemed like the real one. I don't know. And then that's disrespectful. But I'm honoring it, everyone, and if it's not a display of affection, then hey, I'm not hating, I'm not loving, and it's not a headstone, it's not a betrayal, but anybody can be like, yeah, Jesus, I love him. Yeah, you heard about Jesus? What about Jesus? Huh, Jesus? What the fuck is that? That's not even, that doesn't make sense. But then you would go somewhere to worship him, but to be together with other people as a family, but you're at your family, but then you gotta do a public display of affection and worship, but you see how everything's busted? And so I'm starting to think there's nowhere for me to go, and there's no point in being here. And if there's a God, and if there's Jesus, or if anybody on the planet cares, they would contact me, and they would know where to come get me at if they worked before. But I don't know why that would ever happen, because nobody's worth anything. Well, they are. Everyone's worth a lot to me. But we can't even communicate. And they're always rude to me. Or super, but then pushing it. Or, yeah, but bye. It's like, and no matter how much I pray about it, or whatever way that I do things, well, why would I go to my other channel that has my name on it? So I must be black, because it's blacked out. But I didn't mean to. That's just a weird thing that the Spirit's been telling through around things. And yeah, it seems like Trump locked the blacks out. I don't know. Of the country, some to Mexico. That's weird. I thought he even called that little black kid that has brain surgery up and like honored him. where's his desk? Anyway, so I don't know what I would put on my channel. If it would be all about me, well, because this is me, but it's not about me. But hey, this is it's public knowledge and it's not public knowledge. And this is my opinion, but it's not an opinion. It's truth. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not taking your me, but what the fuck? And so why would I go over there and be like, hey, I'm Josh, and Josh. And why would I make it about somebody else? Unless it was like, hey, I'm looking for a girlfriend, or, she's just, hey, so-and-so, I liked what I saw over there on your page. I had to come over here to say so. And that would seem really weird that you would then make a video and be like, I saw you too, but I can't say nothing. And I'm like, okay, well, my phone number, address, phone, all's here. I don't know how to get a hold of you. And there's no way you would ever contact me. So, but I really like you. Hey, I can help you, Donald. Elon. Eminem. Marshall Mathers. Who the hell's Eminem? That's a persona. Yeah, see, so then I'm pretty sure this might be the last time you ever see me. But there's no way that I would ever kill myself, because I couldn't. Because myself, well, there's a collective self. Everybody knows who he is. How could you kill him? He's already dead. Well, he's coming back. Well, he's supposed to save somebody if nobody left. So that's all I got.